If you were in the market to buy a Toyota GR Corolla and you just didn't want to learn how to drive a manual transmission, or you just can't drive a stick, there is now good news. This is the 2025 GR Corolla, and for the 2025 model year, you can now get Toyota's all-wheel drive hot hatch with an optional automatic transmission. In this video, we are going to drive the new automatic transmission. We're going to compare it to the old manual transmission on the Racetrack, and we're going to find out whether or not the loss of a pedal keeps the GR Corolla as one of the most entertaining hot hatchbacks that money can buy. So we're going to start with a quick walk around of this ice cap version that is Toyota's white. You can also get this car in black, red, and gray. Here are some of the other colors here. We've got a gray and a red one there. So not too many color options. Toyota has been relatively disappointing in terms of colors for the GR Corolla. They did offer blue flare last year on the Circuit Edition only, but that is now gone, as is the Circuit Edition itself. You can now only get this as a core, premium, or a new premium plus trim, which is what we are filming here. Every GR Corolla is going to have this slightly revised front end. You have to kind of see it next to last year's car to really tell what's different, but there's basically more radiator area, more cooling that's going to keep the engine cool. You do also get an automatic transmission cooler if you opt for the automatic transmission, so you do get additional cooling if you do not opt for the manual transmission. Just like the Circuit Edition last year, the Premium Plus is going to get this hood bulge. You're not going to get that on the core or the premium models. You also get those really cool black hood scoops. You're going to get 18-inch wheels on all trims. Those are going to be gloss black on the core and the premium. They're going to be this matte black if you go for the Premium Plus. You do get red brake calipers no matter what, and you get Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. You're going to get your little GR badge right here. And just like the Circuit Edition, you are going to have this really cool carbon fiber roof. You're not going to get that on the Premium or the Premium Plus trims. And then here at the back, we're going to see that the GR Corolla hasn't really changed much. We still have the really cool triple exhaust that come from that really nice 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. And pretty much that's it for exterior changes on this car. Now, there's not a whole lot different on the inside either. You're going to get cloth seats on the core trim. If you upgrade to the premium, you're going to get these nicer suede seats. Now, they're going to have gray stitching if you go for the premium. If you get this Premium Plus is where you get the red stitching. I'll give you a quick tour of the inside because, as I said, not too much different. We do have our GR start button here. We've got some more red stitching here on the doors. Steering wheel is familiar, as is the 8-inch infotainment system with our dual zone automatic climate control below it. We do have our 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, which we can go ahead and change if we cycle through the drive modes down here. So this is going to be your most track focused setup with the tachometer there at the top. As we'll talk about a little bit later with this automatic transmission, which does have a manual mode using these paddles, you also get launch control with the automatic transmission, which is something that you did not get if you got the manual. And just like last year's model, I will warn you that the GR Corolla is not the biggest car in its class. The back seat back here is really not too great. Sitting behind myself, I have a decent amount of legroom, but definitely not a lot. There's also really nowhere to put anything besides these pockets because there is no center armrest. There's no kind of console here in the back. And it's a pretty similar story with the trunk, which is really not that big in terms of hatchback standards. We do have a really high trunk floor here. You can fold the seats to get a lot more room, but as it stands, there are probably some more practical options in this segment. Even sedans like the Hyundai Elantra N and the Subaru WRX just have the Corolla beat on trunk space, and the Civic Type R is way bigger than this inside. All right, let's get underway in the new GR Corolla, the automatic. So we still have the 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine sending out power to a GR all-wheel drive system. So right now I have it in the track mode, which means we have 70% of the power from the diff going out to the rear wheels, 30 to the front, which means I just have super nice control, but I can also get the back out. The new changes for 2025 include more torque. We now have 295 pound-feet of torque instead of 273. That's the number that you actually got from the Marizo edition. And they've actually shortened the gear ratios on the manual transmission like they had in the Marizo edition as well. And I loved that car. The only thing that you can't get on this one is the Michelin Cup 2 tires. Those are what you used to get on the Marizo. But now we have this automatic transmission, which I gotta say, it is doing a really nice job. We are on the Carolina Motorsports, the Carolina NASCAR track here, which is pretty cool. And the transmission, I have just been shifting it automatically. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to manual here. Man, it shifts really quick. Woohoo! If you let it get all the way to the top of the rev band and then pull the paddle, it really kicks you. I do like that a lot. I've always loved how this GR Corolla handles. Boom! Quick paddles. Boom! Slowing down a little bit. We've got some cones to go through. Yeah. It just lets you focus on the driving, you know? So I do really like that aspect about it. This is just going to get more people to buy a GR Corolla, I think, because I do think a manual is a tough sell in the year 2024. So many people just don't know how to drive it, refuse to learn. So if you can hop in and drive this car like an automatic, makes it maybe a little bit more of a livable daily, but still keeps it really fun on the track. I think a lot of people are going to like this automatic, and I think the additional torque is just a really nice feeling as well. There are some other changes as well, but to talk about those, we're going to go ahead and hop out of the automatic and into a manual. All right. And now I'm back in the original way that the GR Corolla came, with a 6-speed manual. And the changes here are pretty interesting. We do have the shorter gear ratios that you had on the Marizo edition, which I absolutely loved the Marizo edition. You just had to shift it a little bit more. Higher gears, oh, it was so fun. And oh, this is the proper way to enjoy a GR Corolla. I gotta say, I love the auto, but I do feel a little bit more involved in the process here with the manual transmission. They have said that they also made the clutch a little snappier. I kind of feel that. I'd have to spend a little bit more time with it to really know for sure. Oh yeah. That's just so fun. So much involvement with the car. Oh yes, so much fun. We're in 4th gear through this. I probably could be in 3rd too. All right, here we go. Oh yes. Somebody knocked down a cone. Had to avoid that. Woohoo! So that is something you also get in this manual car. You get the automatic rev matching. Does a nice job there. I'm still gonna tell you that the manual is the way that you should buy this car. It's the way that Toyota really intended to make it. They've done as good of a job as they really can, making the auto something that's still fun to drive, something that's interesting, and still a very good enthusiast's car. But if it were my money, and remember, the automatic costs more than the manual, as we'll talk about in a minute, I would still be getting this car with a row it yourself option. It's just so much fun. So that's going to wrap up our time with the 2025 Toyota GR Corolla. Time to price it out. Now, the core trim is going to start at $38,860, $2,000 extra if you want that automatic transmission. So you're looking at almost 41 grand. The premium trim is the one I would probably upgrade to for $41,440 or $43,440 with the automatic transmission. The premium plus is cool. I do like that it's about the same price as last year's Circuit Edition, but it is no longer limited, but it does get a lot of the same equipment for $45,515 or $47,515 with the automatic transmission. Now, the big question is, do you want the automatic? Me Personally, I'm taking the manual 7 days out of the week, but if you just don't want to drive a manual transmission, which I know not all people do, this is one of the better options in this segment. I would say that the only other really good option in this segment is going to be the Hyundai Elantra N, which gets a dual clutch transmission. The Honda Civic Type R does not offer an automatic at all. The WRX is going to be a CVT, which is not great. And then you do have the Volkswagen Golf GTI and the Volkswagen Golf R, but those are only offered with dual clutch transmissions. You cannot get them as a manual. Those are both great as well, but they are quite expensive for what you get. You are getting a bigger car with a little bit more premium features though, so that might be something to consider if you're in this segment. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this first drive of the 2025 Toyota GR Corolla. For more videos like it, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos, and I'll see you next time.